It is said that Pelinal emerged into Nirn like a Padomaic, carried by Sithis and all other forms of change, described by Moraus as an Ada, or spirit. Pelinal plays the same role as a long line of avatars sent by Shizar to champion the cause of mankind and stop the elves from destroying them. Pelinal, however, is an exception, as he exhibits significant bonds to Akatosh as well, as he had the Amulet of Kings in his chest in place of a heart. Pelinal was said to have first appeared in the late Morithic era under various aliases, where he wandered Tamriel gathering armies. He conquered lands, he would rule them, but eventually he would abandon them in favor of wandering again. Before Alessia started her rebellion in the year 242 of the First Era, Pelinal had already begun fighting against the Ayleid armies in Cyrodiil. When he heard of her defiance against the elves, he came to her at a rebel camp, holding his mace and sword, both encrusted with smashed elven intestines, as well as the sacred Ayleid symbols of feathers and pearls. Pelinal joined her cause for freedom, and as such, Pelinal became a champion of Alessia alongside her demi-prince lover, Moraus, which I believe translates to Breath of Kine. In the days of the rebellion, Pelinal was the enemy of all elves that lived in Cyrodiil. He did not participate in much traditional warfare, but rather he targeted high-ranking members of Ayleid culture by challenging them to pre-arranged duels as a way to play to their pride. One of his more famous duels was with Haromir of the Copper and Tea in the duel at Tor, where Pelinal, quote, ate his neck veins while screaming praise to Raman, which is a name that many people did not yet know at this point in the Elder Scrolls timeline. Pelinal went on to slay many more elven rulers in similar duels. He faced another king, Gradhau the Shaper, and was said to have smashed his head upon the goat-faced altar of Ninendava, another Ayleid city. Peliod then cursed Gradhau's body so that the Ayleid sorcerers would be unable to reanimate their king. Later that season, Pelinal slew the Fire King Hadhul at the Ayleid city of Siatar, where his spearman suffered the first defeat at the hands of the Crusader. In 1 year, Pelinal had drove the Ayleid armies past the Niben and claimed all eastern lands for Alessia's forces. He freed the slaves of the Vadasin and the 1,000-strong of Sedor, a human tribe who had been enslaved by the Ayleids at Sedor. Nothing could stop his march, and when he claimed northern Cyrodiil, Alessia sent messengers to the Nords of Skyrim asking for their aid. And when the Nords saw the Crusader standing at the bridge of Heldon after his white hair had become so stained with blood that it turned brown, they praised him, and they said their patron god Shor had returned. Pelinal did not take kindly to that and spat at their feet for profaning that name. Nonetheless, Whitestrake led them west to drive the Ayleids inwards towards Cyrodiil. That concludes part 1 of the life and the lore of Pelinal Whitestrake. If you enjoyed this video and you want to know more about Pelinal Whitestrake as well as the Morithic era in general, please consider subscribing and hit that like button. So this video is actually the start of a bigger series for the channel. For now, we're going to be putting a spotlight on Pelinal Whitestrake, but after we cover his character, what we're going to do is go to a different character also in the Morithic era, and one by one we're going to be doing these character studies going all throughout the timeline until we've covered the whole timeline. Now, we are going to be focusing specifically on characters and not necessarily world events. However, periodically I will be putting out a sort of bonus video for the series, just kind of explaining the era that we're covering in general. So probably after we do a couple more videos on Pelinal, I'll go ahead and do a video talking about the Merithic era at large. I might even put together a list of characters that we can go through. But I want this series to be directed by you guys a lot. So if there's specific characters that you've always wanted to learn more about, then let me know down in the comment section and I'll put them on the list. I really don't want to take a couple months off of making YouTube videos just to release a 3-hour video talking about the entire timeline that nobody's even going to sit down and actually watch. So the majority of these videos are probably going to be on the shorter side, just so that it's easier for you guys to fit them in your day. And also there's that added benefit of, if there's a specific thing that you want to learn more about in regards to the Elder Scrolls lore, then you can just find that specific video and you'll be able to watch that specific thing without having to shift through a bunch of other topics and stuff like that. So trying to deliver the lore to you guys in the most efficient way possible. So I appreciate any and all feedback that you guys give me in the comment section. I appreciate every like, every subscriber, every comment. It's been great to be a part of this community and to be able to give back by making these kinds of videos. And like I said, if there's something specific that you want to learn more about, just let me down in the comment section. And you can check the comments of my other videos. I read every one of them. I do. Sometimes I don't always respond. Sometimes I just like the comment just so you know that I did see it, I did hear you. But I do also try to respond to all of them. So hope you guys are having a good day today. Hope you guys have a good night tonight. Thank you for giving me 10 minutes or whatever the length of the video ends up being. Thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys stay happy and stay healthy. I have been the Elder Scrolls Filthy Casual, and I will see you guys in the next video.